Hey there, gamers. Now, I'm a new PC gamer, but one thing I'm finding out pretty fast is games like this, Crysis 3. Excuse me, they look absolutely gorgeous on PC. But what I'm also finding out is when you max out the graphics on my system in particular, I know it's a lot of it's all swings and roundabouts. It depends on your PC and you know how powerful it is, how good your graphics card is, processor, whatnot. You can see I'm getting, what is it, 61 frames a second right now. Now, I'll show you what I've got. I mean, you can agree this game, it looks absolutely beautiful. This is the true 60 FPS look that I always strive to achieve in my gaming. Let's have a look at my settings. Options, graphics. Now, it's not even full screen, but it will still record 1920 by 1080. I've got, excuse me, a bad chest. I've also got anti-aliasing set to SMAA high 4 times. Now I could turn that right off and the frame count will shoot right up. Yep, very high, no VSync, but I don't notice any screen tearing, so the custom system spec. Hang on, let's go back to just go back to there, that's where we need to go. Notice the objects, objects in the game to be very high in the quality. Particles I'm not so bothered about because when you're playing the game you don't really notice them as much. It's only when you stop and have a look around, you know. Shading, shadows, all on medium. Water on very high because I love great water effects. I love motion blur, even though a lot of people tend to not like it. Let's go back. Let's resume game. Now you can see, look how it looks. You know, it doesn't look cinematic. It looks like it's running at a very high frame rate. You know, look, all the detail on the weapons. Okay, now remember how that looks. Let's go back to options and let's change this to very high. Yep. Change that to, I mean, basically we're maxing out the graphics there. You tell me, does it look any better? All right, you know, you'll see the benefit if you've got the most powerful PC, but this isn't the most powerful PC. And this probably applies to people who, you know, haven't got i7s and 2 times GTX 980s in the system, you know. Oops, let's go back. Apply. Yep. Let's see, have we maxed out everything? Yes. Everything's maxed out. I'm using a PlayStation 4 joypad, so bear with me. Alright. Does that look better? Look at the frame count, 32, 33. Now, that alright, you get a higher frame count depending on your PC. But you can see how it's gone cinematic. And to me, that is not as good. It doesn't look as good. And I'm sure if you're a PC gamer, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's very cinematic in its look. You know, everything's maxed out. But it doesn't necessarily mean it looks better. Not to me, it doesn't anyway. Let's go back to how he was. Just bear with me a minute. Come on, sometime today. What's going on? There we go. Let's go back to having water. Beautiful water effects at very high. I could change one of these as well. Well, actually, I'll just go back to exactly how I was. Apply. Back. And resume me s'il vous plaît. Now we're back to that 60 FPS look. That beautiful, shiny, clean, polished look that I love to see in my games. Especially games like this. I mean, the flies buzzing around the light. I mean, that to me, to my eyes, that looks good enough. Anyway, try these settings, and obviously it's going to depend on your system specs, but this video is all about maxing out your graphics and how it's not always the best option. Obviously it depends, it's a lot of swings and roundabouts, it depends on your PC, but if you've got a less than, you know, if you've got a mid-range, mine's at it's like a custom PC. It's built for gaming, but it's like a mid-range, in between a mid-range and a top spec PC. But if you've got a top spec PC, then you know, this probably doesn't really apply. But if you've got a similar spec PC to this one, then try these settings and you'll find the game looks better. To me it does anyway. Just let me know in the comments what you think. This is Crysis 3, I'm PEMBY'S66, and I'm having orgasms right now.